Hello, how's everybody doing? My name's Steve with M&M Cards and Collectibles. Hope everybody's having a great Tuesday evening. Didn't work too hard. Enjoying yourselves today, maybe streaming or surfing through YouTube, finding something good to watch. I hope that you've landed on my video. We've got kind of an interesting or a treat today of odds and ends collectibles, stuff that's been on the shelf, just sorting through some things and just oddities as far as collecting, not your average everyday cards. However, there are some in there, but we've got some vintage stuff that I'd like to show you, and maybe it will jog memories from days gone by of the goofy stuff that uh, collectibles and cereal companies and everybody under the sun would put out sports cards of some sort. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Um, I thought these were kind of interesting. I pulled these off the shelf here. These were a bunch of older, big, giant jumbo cards. Uh, this one here was a Pudge. Um, I'm not sure what exactly or where exactly this came from, but from 2006. Um, I believe they were in the World Series in 2006. I want to say somewhere in that area. I know early 2000s they made a run for it. They got beat. I want to say they played the St. Louis Cardinals, got swept possibly. I could be wrong, but there's a card, or real flimsy at best. But again, Detroit News looks like this came out of. I wonder if they made a set of these of all the players, but that's the only one we got. So there you have it. And then I think years ago, it must have been the 90s there. My dad probably strolling through the store, or maybe my stepmom Sue, my Sue mom, and picked up some cereal because she knows my dad likes baseball cards and any kind of sports stuff, and there you have it. Probably would be worth more as a Ken Griffey Jr. if it were still in the box. I don't think you need the cereal in it, but probably would have been. So that's a Kellogg's 1995 cereal. My dad marked 250 on there, so if there's anybody interested for 250, it's yours. Give us a comment, leave a DM. M&M dot that's MNM dot cards 1946 at gmail.com. So anything you see you might be interested in, send me an email. Let me know. There's another one, the Ryan Express. Um, and here you go, Mr. October. 95 Kellogg cereal again, $2. Uh, and then again, these may be. My dad packaged these, so he did take care of them. This one's got a little opening right there, but 75 cents for an upper deck mead. And actually, if you look on the back, it does represent sort of a card, little notepad, obviously. Now, I wonder, it probably would be worth more with the actual notepad. Usually, when you get things like this, they usually are worth more when you have them all intact. But hey, there you go, 75 cents for a Ryan. Um, I think here we've got Gary Sheffield. And these were, yeah, put out by, well, let's see, I don't know. Yeah, Upper Deck. That was Upper Deck. Um, 93. Looks like this one. This Ryan here was a 92 actually. And then Gary Sheffield. The only two we have, obviously. We didn't collect too many of those, but I would imagine my dad was probably passing through Kroger or some store that had those, and he said, "Yeah, I'll grab a couple of those, and I'll use the notepad, and then after I'm done, I'll save that cover." So that's probably what happened there. Ken Griffey Jr. This is a 2001 Masters of the Game. Looks like a Donruss. It looks like a postcard, in fact. So I don't know where this would have came out of. If it came out of maybe a box when they started to put, the master cards in there. So uh, the big cards and things like that. When you open the box, I see a lot of the newer stuff has that, like the hobby boxes and things, and the the super boxes that they sold, the updates, and then the flagships, the series ones. I think early on, I wish I would have got a couple of those, but I didn't start buying cards until, oh, geez, I want to say October. I started to really get back into it. We opened the vault up. We started to do stuff. I was unemployed for 6 months, and but today I was hired in at a place driving trucks, so I start work tomorrow, actually. So, um, congratulate me in the comment. I'm back to work and I can buy more sports cards. So, as long as I don't let my wife know I spend too much. But anyway, Mickey Vernon. Now, this is a postcard. Uh, Again, I don't know if this was maybe something that they maybe had at the Hall of Fame, I would say something like that. I think they have this stuff here at the Hall of Fame. I don't know why he would just bought a Mickey Vernon. If they would have had a mantle, I'm sure he would have bought that. But he may have in his PC. So my dad, Mike, I'm talking about. And this here is some jumbo. These were, what year were these? These were, geez, can't even see what year those were. I want to say, what year? 84. So these are 84 tops. It looks like 5 cards. The back guy is Fernando Valenzuela. I wonder if they sold these, if they made boxes of these. I want to say they did. I don't know where else you would have got these large jumbos. I think maybe we might have a couple of these boxes in storage. So I'm not sure, but again, I think it's an oddity. And here's a real oddity. I don't know if anybody remembers these. They used to make a lot of these. This was Sports Illustrated, and it could have actually been I don't know. Yeah, yeah. It says printed in Japan, but it says 1977 editions. Somewhere I saw in here Sports Illustrated. Oh yeah, down there at the bottom there, it says Sports Illustrated. So they put these out. I think they did all kinds of sports. They didn't do just baseball. They did football. They did. I think they had. I think I saw one that was cricket. From. So uh, anyway, very interesting. I think we only have one. So we may have some other ones, but I wouldn't know where they were right now. But and then this is a real interesting one. Now, I'm not sure when my dad would have graded this, but you can see the price up there. And that's his grading appraisal. uh, I don't know. My dad, back in the day, we did our own grading. Everybody kind of looked at it, and you looked at it. If it was good, you dickered and dealed for the price. Hey, it's got a little blemish here, blemish there. Can you drop the price? That's how it was. Grading was done back then. It wasn't done where you have to pay money to get it in a hard case that's sealed, and somebody tells you how much a card's worth. And I I have my, reservations with it, but I think all in all, it is a good idea, these companies. But on that same token, I understand that they do not allow, average Joes just to all of a sudden, say, I'm going to be a grader. Although I think there's probably ways that you can get around that somehow. But nevertheless, this was my father Mike's appraisal company way back when they pretty much probably started it back mid 90s. He would have probably had that on there because that's when they were talking, the gem mints and things like that. And mid to late 90s when those companies started, Beckett especially. But again, uh, you know, my last video was about some 50s. If you got a chance to watch that, if not, go back and see it. It's interesting to say the least. Beat up cards, but I mean this is really no exception. But Bill Freehand for $1,500, I would say no. uh, Maybe $50. I don't know. Maybe be hard pressed for someone that, unless you're a real diehard Bill Freehand. I don't know that you're going to get that. Now, I would assume that this card is it's Tops TCG. I want to say that is a Tops. Um, that would have been probably a 68. I don't know. What year is it? 64. So you let me know. Comment. Let me know if you think this Bill Freehand 64 Tops, large, jumbo, whatever, super is what they're calling them, is worth $1,500. I'd be interested to find out. And then, I do remember these. I can't remember what years these are. My dad's a big Mickey Mantle fan. But again, a few of these I thought they were interesting. And then I really like these here, Joe DiMaggio's. These were from I believe, one of the first um, big dealership card company kind of, uh, trading, whatever you want to call them, TCMA, 1982. I know there back then a lot of card dealers or associates that would get large amounts of cards from Tops and Fleer and Donruss, and they would break them all down and sell cards early on in the I don't know, mail order. You could get, they were basically mail order. They weren't really online. I don't even know if they're in business anymore. I would imagine they are, but I haven't seen them. I have not really seen them, but I know my dad used to buy stuff from them years ago. Uh, I would say he probably got these at a show or something. But a few of those at $15 a pop. And then here's a Pete Rose. This is kind of like a photo. I had to take it out and put it in a different holder here because it was in like a soft, and my dad had it stapled over here, so I didn't want to put it in here with it on there. And we don't really have any soft plastics sleeves that size, so I'll have to look in to see if they even make anything that size. This may be an oddity. What, a 4x6 card. This is, geez, I couldn't even tell you who put this out. Doesn't even say. If anybody knows who maybe put this out or what, please comment. Let me know what you think. Here's a old Barry Sanders Stadium Club Master photo. It's in not really good shape. It's got some creases down here. This corner's bad. It's got a little bit of a crease up here, up in this section here. So, and that's just a crack in the hard sleeve, so it's not ripped. But it's a Barry Sanders, so I don't know what that would go for. If there's plenty of these around, I've never really seen these in particular, but looks like they made a set of 12. Anyway, and then this one here, I think this was a paper. I want to say that this is actually, yeah, that's paper. But a Johnny United, it's like a poster kind of thing. It's got some, I think that's really more tinge on the hard sleeve rather than the card itself. But again, probably could use to be in a better protective state for sure to give it some longevity. I wish I knew what year this was. Whether it be an original from when he was still playing, I don't think so. I think it's probably afterwards. Oh, look here, 1968. I couldn't tell you. I think he was. It was just before he retired, Johnny Unitas. I think that 68 would have been one of probably close to last year. He might have played into the early 70s, but I think around the late 60s is when he retired. But then I thought these were really neat. Now, obviously, I think that these are like those big masters that they put in, like the super boxes. But I could be wrong. This could have came in a box set of some sort of larges. Ken Griffey Jr. Good looking card for sure. CD5. $35. It's a 97. 1997. And here's another one, which is CD4. So they must have had a set of these of him. 97 again, obviously. And then I thought these are really neat here. These are posters of the. Now I'm assuming that's the 80 tops Celtics team. 79, 80. Bird, he was a rookie then. Whole team there. I think, let's see here. I'm not sure Robert Parrish was in. I don't think he was with them yet, but, I think, yeah. So there you have it. And we have not one, but two. So, and again, I think it's the actual hard sleeve that's got the tinge on it. But yeah, they're paper. They're a little poster, paper. Okay, well, let's see what else we got here. And then, speaking of little posters, we got a little neat thing here from way back. I don't know exactly. These were 1970 Topps inserts of posters. These are baseball. And again, I think maybe I don't know, what do you do with something like this? Do you frame it in a big frame or what? Bill Melton, common, obviously. Nobody. I've never even heard of Bill Melton. Let's see what else we got here. See if we get anybody decent. Oh, Pete Rose. Here you go. Oh, carefully. Now, it looks like somebody had put this, because it's got up top here, you can see it's got a bunch of... somebody put this up on a poster board or something, but, not a... If you go over here, it's hard to get it, the whole thing in there, but it's about maybe, I don't know, 1.5 feet by 10, 8 or 10. So, 1970. would have been about his 7th year or so. Oops, wrong way. And oh, I want to be careful with it anyway. It's just, you never know. Somebody may have some interest for something like this. They're pretty. I mean, they should be. They're paper. There's Willie McCovey. You know, that's not too bad. A little stained. But if you had a set of them, I think a set would be worth something. I would assume. There's a Vita Blue. There you go. For 1970s, there's still, they have not, I mean, they're a little tarnished, sure. Somebody had them up on the thing, or oh, there's a Willie Mays, but unfortunately somebody had put him up on a poster board or something. I'm assuming, I don't know, I don't think those are little mite bites or anything. I'm pretty sure those are those tack holes, you know, thumb tack holes. And then there you go, Rick Wise. So they just put everybody out on there. You know, no one was excluded. Hank Aaron, there you go. I mean, Hank was good in his own right. He wasn't no Babe Ruth, even though he may have held the home run record for a while. It took him a lot longer and a lot more at-bats to do it. Bud Harrelson, I'm not even going to bother pulling that one. I'm just kind of trying to see what's what. Since I'm going to open them all. There's Joe Torre when he was playing. Tony Oliva. So there's a few there. I think we've got some more of these somewhere. I'm sure we do. I've got a shelf over here in the one corner that on the bottom's got a lot of stickers, and I think there were some posters in there too. But we had some interesting stuff over here too. Now, my dad used to, you know, back in the day when we were doing cards back in the 80s, early 80s, 90s, we probably did our first card show, I want to say like, I bet it would have been in junior high, about 78, 79, 78, yeah, because I went into high school in 79. And these were the things that he'd come up with. Just little doodads, would make them cheap. And had a laminator, and he would make these things up. I want to say he made this one up. Those were 52 tops. Just pictures of them. Just for, you know, because there were a lot more kids that went to you know, baseball card shows. It just wasn't adults. It was a lot of kids, I remember. Or with their dads, obviously. And you know, they would, you know, dad give them $5, they would just go buy anything. You know, so my dad would make those up, and if you know, had like a little tub, you know, he'd make a little tub up, and you know, 50 cents a pack, 3 for $1, and they were like team packs. Now, he wouldn't have the big star in there. You'd have to buy that separately if you wanted to complete a whole team set. But you know, that's how we did it. This was a pop-up, a Fleer pop-up. We've got boxes of those, I think. These were just some other ones that were in there. I thought it was nice, though. This was a 90, it was a 97, 91. 91 Upper Deck, Ted Williams. That's, if you look at that, that's for if that's a 91, it says 91 on it. Baseball Heroes. This was an Upper Deck. That's not a bad card for 91. Ted Williams. I think this is probably like a 2008 or something. Yeah, this is a 2008. It was just in a pile of cards that I needed to sort through. Buck Leonard. I think this is 2001. And then here you've got a Frank Robinson Superstar. I've seen these cards around, but it doesn't tell me. It's got a little stain there. May or may not be able to release that or not. I don't think so. Might be able to lighten it up a bit, but that's about it. But anybody knows what? Yeah, it looks like 82, but I couldn't tell you if that was a brand of cards, Superstar cards, or it does not say on here what the maker was, but obviously they had a set of these. So there you have it. And then turn back the clock. Stan the Man. Not a bad looking card there. That's 88. Yep, that's an 88. Not a bad card. And Christy Mathewson. One of my, I've read about him. Never saw him play, but in my opinion, certainly one of the greats. Christy Mathewson, for sure. There's a Carl Yastrzemski Donruss puzzle. A small puzzle. It's not the big one. It's actually a smaller, puzzle. I'm not sure what year that was. I would say that was probably like a 91 Donruss, something in that nature. One of those years when they were and they put puzzles in there. Now this is a Ryan Express 93 Kellogg's poster. I'm not gonna. Well, I don't know. We can pull it out. What the hell? What the hell? Let's look at the Ryan Express from 1993. This is a poster. Again, probably hasn't been opened for many years. So, actually, so I'm wondering if that was on the box. I showed you earlier the other ones, and this was on the box, and this is what you got in. That was on the box, and this is what you got in the inside. So there you have it. Ryan Express, ready for a frame. Frame ready. Anything anybody sees, just send me a comment. Let me know what you think. I would certainly appreciate it. I need subscribers, so I just take a second and say, like and subscribe. We've got a lot of this stuff. I intend to do, as best as I can, a video per day of something until at least I can get, maybe 100, couple hundred subscribers, and then my intention is to do some dollar auctions in the future, like Junk Wax Sal and Jab's Family does. There may be a couple other guys out there, but those are the two that I've seen doing it. So, and that's my intention. We've got a lot of stuff, and I'm going to try to put as much video out there as I can to show you what I have, so you can stream through it. You can sort through it, see what I got. This was just some kind of I don't know, baseball quiz. I don't know if you saw the answers or not, but I was gonna I was gonna, maybe say if you know the answer, hit me a, DM and everything. But I think it's too late. You probably already saw the answers, or you can just go through and just run through and see it. So I blew that one. So, anyway, and then I remember putting these out, the fake tickets, from way back, 52 Game 3, 52 World Series Game 3. They were playing the Dodgers. It went to Game 7. I actually was watching the Game 7 here just a little while ago before I decided to put up a video. Now, this is just something I put in the sleeves. My dad had it in these little, little trays with, you put the nuts and bolts in, the little gray trays, little plastic trays inside the gray case. He had these in here. This just so small. I forget the guy's name. Johnny Callison, and then some patches, White Sox, some Mets. I don't know where these come from. They were probably on a jacket you bought at the Lions store way back when, if anybody remembers that store. It was in Toledo. So, but anyway, moving on. I think I probably should put this in a sleeve in a hard case. So that's what I'm going to do real quick. It's a nice card. Keep that with that stuff. And then we have a few other things that were odds and ends. I thought this was kind of cool. Topps put presidential thing in there. I want to say it's 2000 something, 15 I think it was, or 16, of President Kennedy. Anyway, and then my dad had these in a pack, was selling the whole pack there, was intending to, of these old 74 Hank Aaron's with all the years of his cards there. They put out he was the first run in the thing. You got 1 to 6. Could be some other ones, but I think they just showed these. There's 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 20, and then so he had 20 years. I'm not sure how long he played, but I want to say he played at least 20 years. And there is the new all-time home run king, 1974, and shows his stats there from. Let's see here. Well, he started in 54 and he finished up in 73, maybe 74. He might have retired. I think he played like a couple of games in 74, I want to say, but for the most part. Anyway, we've got these here. If anybody's interested, send me a comment and give me a quote. What do you think they're worth? These initial set starters for 74 Topps baseball. So hit me up. Let me know. Here's a Topps 2000. That was probably an insert card, obviously. 2 of 8 Hank Aaron. I don't know who else they put out, but that's all we have is just that one. I throw that in there for sure. And then these are if you were somebody from the Cleveland area and ate a lot of, oops, darn it. I don't want to do that. Sorry about that. Wheaties, Indians. I probably put these out in every city that had a ballpark, professional team. But they just happened to have these. Or maybe you sent away for them. I am not sure where exactly my dad would have got these. He probably mailed away for them. He probably liked Wheaties. I ate a lot of Wheaties when I was a kid too. Didn't do me any good, but and then here you go. This is kind of neat. These were old. These were old, let's see here, tattoos. I always thought these were kind of cool. I never put them on myself per se, but you had some 68. These were, these were the actual years they put these out. 68 tops. Uh, you know, they were either tattoos or something. I think they were tattoos, or you could put them on like, well, you could put them on your folder here, if you needed to, or if you wanted to. You could put it maybe on your arm, or your chest, your shoulder, wherever you wanted to put it. Yeah, you got Richie Allen. I'm not sure some of these guys here. Rusty Staub is Rusty Staub. This might be a Nolan Ryan down there. That was Jerry Kuzman. I thought it was kind of cool. May even have a set of these. I know we've got some more for sure. These are just ones that happen to be in a in a folder. And then I don't know why there's a mixture of stuff here. And you got the Suns, Phoenix Suns from way back. I think it's the same year, 1980 tops. Team thing. I think my dad put that on the back for protection or whatever. 76ers, you got Dr. J. I'm sure Dr. J was in there. Julius Erving. I want to say he played up into 80. But I could be wrong. I'm not sure. But yeah, there he is right there, number 6. Yep, there he is. And then there's some football. I'm not even sure. That looks like Jim Kelly, Lawrence Taylor, Michael Irvin, Neil Anderson, Derek Thomas, yeah, and Chris, is that Chris Coleman? I think, yeah. No Machine Gun Kelly. Boy, I tell you, that was the thing about that team, the Bills. Where'd they go? 4 years in a row and lost every year. Now, these here I thought were really cool. I'm going to pull these out. And again, I want to be careful with them. It looks like this one's about to fall out. There's a Richie Zisk. And a Lavelle Blanks. Richie Zisk. Dave LaRoche. So, I don't know, to be honest with you. I don't know where these came from. They were obviously collector things. I think you're Pepsi. Actually, yes. When you flip it over, there you go. Pepsi Cola put these out, and then there was it looks like you could send away for something. Looks like a shirt. You could get a shirt with, geez, that looks like Pete Rose on that one. Yeah. To my buddy Chris, best wishes, Pete Rose. You could have got a signature shirt that had Pete Rose's face on there years ago. I'd be interested to find out if there's anybody that actually got one of those shirts and still has it. So if you know anybody, let me know. I would certainly love to see that shirt. Post it however you can. Send me an email. Like I said, it's mnm.cards1946 at gmail.com. Or comment in the video. Or I'm still learning how you contact anybody through YouTube or converse with them. I think it's only really comments and things, but And then here, I think we just, it looks like we got some that fell out here or just stuffed in there. Some 75 minis of Lou Pinella, stolen base leaders there. Looks like you got Lou Brock and Bill North. And then this older one here looks like Yogi Berra. I didn't know his first name was Larry. So now I know. Well, you learn something new every day. And then these were, I think, reprints of old cigarette cards. I want to say that whoever put these out, I'm not sure. TCMA looks like TC. Well, that's TCMA. I'm not really seeing. Looks like Renata Galasso reprint, whatever that means. Old Mill cigarettes. I am not sure exactly. It's neat though. I don't know where he got these at, but we've got them. It's just interesting. The odds and ends of sports cards. I want to say these are some reprints here, potentially. Yeah, there's got to be some reprints. But there you have it. Okay. Not a lot of others, and it's gone 41 minutes. But I'll tell you, we have plenty. I'm thinking probably part two. This one kind of went a little longer than I thought. But I hope you find it interesting. If you do, let me know. If you'd like to see some other stuff, we do have lots of odds in it. I've got non-sport stuff from the movies and things like that. We've got tons of this, odds and ends stuff that my dad just saw and he picked it up and thought, it might be worth something someday. Who knows? At any rate, it's interesting to look at. I enjoy it. I hope you did. I hope you will like and you will subscribe. I would certainly appreciate it. I'm very grateful that you watched this one if you did and watched it all the way through. So I appreciate it and have a blessed evening whenever you watch this, a blessed day, and thank you. God bless.